Hey, what's up? So today I'm reinstalling the clutch and trans, and I also just got done installing the new pilot bearing. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you that now. Okay, so here's the new pilot bearing installed. Now I do have a seal for it, but I'm not gonna install it because one, cannot get this in any further. Tried using my Tricks install tool and it just can't get it past any further. And I tried a size 14 socket to pound it in a little bit further. It just doesn't want to go any further. But again, this is a temp engine, so I'm not going to keep this in for very long. So I'm not too worried about not running a pilot bearing seal on this engine. So I'm just going to leave it like this. And here is the old pilot bearing. There's like little bits of breadcrumbs in it because I used the breadcrumb trick to get it out. But yeah, this one doesn't really want to spin very much. And yeah, I think what happened is when I installed this one, it got smashed up a little bit because I pounded it in too hard. But this one spins just fine. So yeah, that's good. And then over here, here's my RX-7 trans, which is kind of cleaned up now. Just dumped a whole can of engine degreaser on it and then scrubbed it up a bit, so it's cleaner than it's ever been under my ownership, so that's good. But anyway, going to install the clutch and pressure plate now, and yeah, let's go ahead and get to that now. Okay, clutch and pressure plate is now back on, and well, obviously I have my old pressure plate on here. I do not know what brand this is because I've never seen these weird things on here before, but this is what worked with my RX-7 trans, so I'm using it with the 12A. But anyway, now I need to remove my header, which is going to be a pain in the dick to reinstall, but it'll make reinstalling the trans much easier. And yeah, I think the trans is more of a pain in the dick to get in and out than anything, so yeah, whatever. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do that now. Trans is in, and I did this part off camera. Yeah, this was a complete pain in the dick. I tried lifting it over my head, and I probably would have died doing that, so I stopped. So I employed the jack, and that made everything a little bit easier. But getting it lined up with the E-shaft from the input shaft was a complete pain in the dick. But I got it in, and I got the starter on, and now I just gotta put the drive shaft on, then connect the exhaust up, and well, then I can go from there, and then burp the coolant system, because I actually never did that. See, the other thing I did off camera was reconnect my slave cylinder. It would not go on with the with this bolt, so I put the see the slave shaft that came with it back on, and well, it works. I'll actually show you it working in just a sec. Yeah, so this is the slave shaft that came with it, actually pushing the fork. That was the brake. So yeah, I'm really happy that works, and yeah, I really hope that fixed the issue. Now to install the drive shaft and connect the exhaust up and go from there. So yeah, let's get to it. And the other thing I forgot to mention was that all of the remaining oil in the trans spilled out the back of it when I was installing the trans. So yeah, I got to clean that up and try my best to avoid that while I install the drive shaft. But yeah, enough bullshit and talking and stuff. Let's get to it. Okay, drive shaft now installed, and I also filled up the transmission fluid. And because I don't have anything to pump it into the transmission fill point itself, I just did it through the shifter thingy. Yeah, actually I could take this out now because that's done. Yeah, I had just barely enough of transmission fluid to put in, so I got really lucky there. So now I'm going to go ahead and reassemble the shifter assembly stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, so shifter assembly is all put together. Now, all that's left is to reinstall the exhaust header, and yeah, then it'll be good to go. Then we can put the burp kit on, burp the coolant system, then get that all out of the way, and then should be ready to roll, and hopefully drive it tonight, which will be awesome. So let's do that now. Okay, so exhaust is now installed, and it wasn't actually as much of a pain in the dick as it was the last time. Don't know what I really did differently. Oh, yes I do. Let's see. I didn't bolt the header down to the engine before mounting it up over there. I just left it loose. Then once all the bolts were on the intermediate pipe, then I just came and tightened on the header. Yeah, fitment can definitely be better on this header, but whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna clean all the shit up, lower the car back on the ground. I'm gonna burp the coolant system, and yeah, we'll see if it goes into gear while running, and then take it for a drive or something like that. So yeah, let's go and do that now. Okay, car's now back on the ground. Now next thing to do is hook up the battery, start it, and burp the coolant system, and then we'll go from there and see if it'll actually drive. Yeah, I think before I actually start up, I'll push the clutch in, put it in gear, and then see if it tries to roll or not, because that'll answer my questions altogether right there. But really hoping that all this work paid off, because this was a pain in the dick. Yeah, so enough of me blabbing on, so let's get to that. Alright, well, this is where we find out if all my hard work paid off. So what I'm going to do is put the clutch down, put it in gear, and then kind of feels like it wants to move a little, but let's see. It's running a little rough, and it died. Well, it's running kind of rough, but I can still see a couple things. So I'm going to push the clutch down, put it in gear. Alright, goes into all gears, so that's a good sign, but until I can get it running the way it was before, I can't really drive it anywhere. So, probably need to readjust my timing a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera and then go from there. Okay, so car's running on its own now. It doesn't need me to feather the gas pedal or anything like that, so I'm just gonna let the coolant system burp and then get everything cleaned up, and then I'll go get myself cleaned up and then take the car for a drive. But I'm gonna end this video here. My next video will be the driving video and all that shit, then see how it runs and drives. It obviously needs to be timed, but I just kind of want to get a little bit of a feel for driving the car, so I'm just going to do that around the neighborhood. But anyway, follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that bullshit, and see you in the next one.